Another bark in the park day here at Chase Field. The Canines walking around the outfield track prior to today's ball game. But we will have baseball. Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres going at it. Game number 3 on a Sanderson Ford Sunday. National League West standings, the Diamondbacks 7 behind the first place Giants, 5 behind the second place Dodgers in the NL West race. Hello again, everybody. Along with the Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola, I'm Greg Schulte. Well, prior to the ball game today, the Diamondbacks made a trade with the Baltimore Orioles. They have sent veteran left-hander Joe Saunders packing to the O's, and in exchange, the Diamondbacks get hard-throwing right-handed reliever Matt Lindstrom.
I know all about trades. That's how the manager says you traded. You say where, how soon do I have to go? As soon as you get your bags packed.
Joe Saunders pitched well for the Diamondbacks, and a little over difference of 3 seasons, about 2 full years here, and we wish him the very best as he heads to the East Coast, and the Orioles are still in the race there in the NL East. Well, as far as the Diamondbacks, Joe, they've lost the first 2 games of this series. All of a sudden, they can't beat the Padres. They need a win today.
They need a win, and they have to do it one day at a time and not read the papers and say we got 37 games left or 39. Forget that. Play today one day at a time.
That's the way you do it.
That's the way you win. You don't win on paper. Kirk Gibson said that.
Okay, so the Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres are about ready to go. Who's the guy who's going to replace Joe Saunders today? Well, he's on his 4 days of rest. It'll be Trevor Cahill, who'll match up against Edinson Volquez. Diamondbacks and the Padres. All the action coming up next. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball presented by Sanderson Ford on this Sunday afternoon. And the outfield trio right there. Some autographs to some very fortunate youngsters. Miguel Montero, always a smile on his face. He's got that little one laughing right there. And that's, boy, that's special. Didn't have that back in our day, and that's something really special that these kids can enjoy. Let's go to public address announcer Chuck Drago.
Please direct your attention to the field as we honor the United States of America and pay tribute to the men and women of our active duty armed services and our veterans. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres invite you to join in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by American Idol finalist Scott McIntyre.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Charles Nagy in Cleveland several years ago. They're exchanging lineup cards and well wishes at home plate on this Sunday afternoon. Diamondbacks and Padres getting ready to go at it. Bud Black's got his ball club playing some good baseball right now. Diamondbacks currently going with a 6-game winning streak against the Diamondbacks here at Chase Field. And Joey, all you have to do is look at those numbers right there. They've doubled the run total, and they've hit 11 home runs while almost hitting 300. No wonder.
Yeah, but you don't win on paper. You got to win on the field, and that's where they're playing today. You're not going to play on paper.
I like that. Let's play it on the field. Let's take a look at the lineup for Bud Black. Cabrera, Venable, and Headley. Quentin in the cleanup spot. Grandal, Alonso, Kotze, Amarista, and Volquez. That's the starting 9. And On the mound, Trevor Cahill is expected to pitch tomorrow, but he's out there today with the trade of Joe Saunders, who was scheduled to start this ball game. Again, Joe dealt to Baltimore, so Cahill's on his normal rest. What with that day off, and he's ready to go here. Kevin Towers pulling the trade late last night, announced today. The Diamondbacks getting hard-throwing right-handed reliever Matt Lindstrom. He'll join the ball club tomorrow. You ready for a day of baseball, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I was looking at Kevin Towers, wondering why he doesn't have a cauliflower ear from that telephone.
And we're underway. So Cahill looking for win number 10, and if he gets it, it'll also be his 50th career win. Slight foul by Cabrera. Joe, it was interesting last night. Everett Cabrera was 0 for 3, but with 2 walks. But he saw 25% of the pitches thrown by Ian Kennedy in the ballgame. He saw like 30 pitches last night in his at-bats. He really worked him.
He worked him too hard.
Yeah. Especially the first batter of the ballgame. He saw 10 pitches alone. A rough night for Ian last night on the bench, pulling for his ball club today. See if they can get a win here. Get something rolling.
Boy, one thing about Cahill, he works fast, and the infield's ready, the outfield's ready. We should see some good plays, depending on how long he stays in the game, which should be a complete game, maybe, or at least 8 innings.
Just missing on some of these pitches. I'm getting a little indication right now. It might be a little bit of a tight zone here today from Jeff Nelson. Goldschmidt. They're all ready to go here as Cahill, that sinker ball pitcher, gets a lot of ground ball activity. There's one right there. One down. Let's take a look at that defense. You saw a lot of, you saw the infield, but we'll check them all out. We'll start the outfield where Parr is going to spell Kubel today. Young and Upton, and then it's Johnson along with Elmore, Hill, and Goldsmith third to first. And Miguel Montero and the play catching Cahill. Parr's playing everywhere these days in that lineup. Out the left here this afternoon.
He's the perfect blowout patch. Wherever you got a problem, put him there. He'll fix you up.
Well, it seems like things happen when he's in there. Ball one down low here to Will Venable now.
You brought up a good point, Greg. I mean, the strike zone of the umpire, that's the most important one.
That's a ground ball. Look at Hill there. I tell you, this guy, you got to consider him for a Gold Glove. Another guy coming in from Cincinnati is really good, and he is a perennial Gold Glover. But Aaron Hill, he's probably second to Brandon Phillips, which the plays he's made. Look at that.
And he doesn't panic. He's on the ground. He'll get up. Look at him. Nonchalantly. Finds his man. That's a big league play.
So Cahill's got 2 ground outs to start the ball game. And that's always good for him. Here's Headley now, who is hitting a ton. 277, but he's had a terrific month of August. And in this series alone, he's helped the Padres to a couple of wins. Switch hitter who, how it goes sometimes, Joe. It takes some guys maybe 3, 4, 5 years to really get it going, but he seems to have found his niche now with the Padres.
He's found it. I tell you, boy, this is Cahill. When he gets that ball, it's almost like it's on fire. I'm getting rid of it. Yeah. I'm throwing it right now.
Diamondbacks have several pitchers that way. See Trevor's numbers in his 3 career starts. Very low ERA. And he shut them out earlier this season. Cahill back on June 3rd in San Diego. Went the distance, allowed 6 hits, no runs. That's a shot into left center. Parr will hold Headley to a 2-out single.
When you're hot, Greg.
And he is right now, having a terrific month of August. And that gets Carlos Quentin to the plate. Quentin's been swinging a hot bat former Diamondback. He has hit in 7 consecutive games, 375 over that streak, along with 9 runs batted in. Missed a lot of time early on in the season during spring training. There goes the runner, a swing and a foul by Quentin. So they started Headley, and Quentin swung at the first one and fouled it.
Well, Cahill really didn't give him a look, and I'm sure he will. Bud Black gave him the steal sign, or the green light, so to speak, and there he goes. Had a pretty good jump, and that's a straight steal because he's looking at the bag until he heard that foul ball and then came back. I always tell the difference between a hit and run and a steal. The guy looks at the batter, it's hit and run play.
Headley has swiped a dozen, so he took off on that first one.
Pitching coaches, if they really do not teach how to hold a guy on because they don't have time or whatever, they'll say at least hold that ball a long time and take the spring out of his legs. This guy, he relies on everything. Both of them. Gibson, I tell you, is the perfect manager for this ball club.
The Diamondbacks are doing an absolutely terrific job of holding runners and limiting stolen bases.
They are. Well, Montero's got the good arm, but if he just gets half a chance, he's looking to see. And he's not looking to call pitches. He's wanting to know, you slide step, throw over there, or what?
Miggy had a terrific night last night. He threw out Everett Cabrera the first time Cabrera had been caught stealing all year. He was 24 for 24, and then he picked Grandal off his second base later in the game. Now you see the numbers. Caught stealing first, stolen bases. The Padres are second. That's a pretty good matchup between these two. A team that likes to run and a team that limits the running game.
Well, with Montero back there, you better get yourself a good jump.
Quentin's got ahead on the count of Trevor Cahill. 2 balls and a strike. A 2-out hit by Headley. Three-one now.
You know, when I watch a ball game, I see different things. You take a look at Quentin. You think Gillette would sign him up for a commercial? I mean, he'd have to use a lawnmower to cut that.
It's thick.
And Kubel the same way.
Jason not starting here today. And that's ball 4. Quentin wasn't too sure, so 2 outs here. A single and a walk has given the Padres an opportunity in the first inning off Cahill. And that's the first inning is where Cahill has had his problems this year. If he can get out of the first inning, seems like he starts to settle in a little bit. But that first inning has been a real problem for him. Here is Grandal, their young rookie catcher, a switch hitter. Boy, this kid's got a good size build on him, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's doing everything right. Got a good swing, except that tobacco. He ought to get rid of that tobacco.
Yasmani Grandal. And a base into left field. Broke the bat. That will score the run. No chance for Parra. Goes back into second. So an opposite field single by Grandal puts the Padres on top here in the first inning off Cahill and the Diamondbacks.
Just hit it in the right spot. Broke the bat. You saw it splinter. I tell you, the bats, I don't know, Greg. We saw Upton hit a home run with a broken bat. Now this chipped bat. Must be buying them at Walmart.
So Headley has scored. And again, this started with 2 men out. And boy, those rallies are the ones that are really ones that hurt you. This is the first baseman, Yonder Alonso.
That base on balls, when you give away that gift certificate, too many teams cash it in. He was really going well. Got the base hit from Headley, and that base on balls of Quentin moved him in the scoring position. But I'll say this, he's been around that plate. It has been a tight strike zone.
Alonso takes the ball. Alonso has really hurt the Diamondbacks in his last 4 games against them. The 2 games in this series and the prior 2 where the Padres beat the Diamondbacks. He's gone 8 for 16 with 4 extra base hits and 7 runs batted in. He had a big night last night. A solo home run and a 2-run single. So he's liking Chase Field with those numbers. And he's in a spot here to hurt the Diamondbacks in the first inning today. Swung and a miss.
That's the pitch he's got to have to win right there. Good spot. Watch it just drops down, drops out of sight.
Cahill's first inning ERA this year, 6.12. And a base hit. Another run. Cardinals score. Other runner to third without a throw. And the 2 kids, Grandal and Alonso, deliver with 2 out. And the inning continues for Cahill.
It's hard to tell from up here, Greg, but I haven't seen many off speeds or curveballs. You got to show them that you got it, even if you don't throw it for a strike. That's right down the middle.
Trouble here early on, and a 2-run deficit before the Diamondbacks even come to bat. And the 7th man of the inning will come up. Kotze, the veteran.
He'd been a good player throughout his career, Kotze.
Yeah, he's more often been a role player, but he's had some opportunities to start. And he's getting a start here this afternoon, not as a regular, but he is spelling Cameron Maben with Venables shifting over to center with Kotze playing right. So this Padre ball club, which has really been playing well and with a lot of confidence, busting out on top with a couple off Cahill and the Diamondbacks in the first inning today.
Well, they got new owners. I guess they're trying to impress them. Peter O'Malley's looking at it and said, hey, that's not a bad ball club.
3-0. Bases are about to be loaded. First inning. A lot of troubles, as we made mention, for Cahill, including 13 extra base hits in the first inning this year. Here's a strike. 3-1.
He's throwing that sinker.
He got the first 2 on ground ball outs to Hill. But he has now retired the last 4. Make it 5. He's walked another to load him up. Well, that, not good. And Charles Nagy's going to run to the mound here. Well, the 8th man of the inning is about to come up against Cahill.
He's just going to settle him down. I mean, there's no strategy going on now. Don't try to overthrow that ball. You got to throw strikes. There's no defense against the base on balls.
30 pitches already this inning.
Yeah.
And 16 of those pitches, 16 of the 30, have not been strikes. So they're loaded. The Grandal, Alonso, and Kotze all on the bases, and the pesky little Alexi Amarista coming to the dish.
Hey, don't take this as criticism. They weren't called strikes.
Okay.
I hate to get on umpires.
Well, we're working with the 3-man crew here today. There is a strike. Tim Tashida not here. So you see how the umpires are positioned there. You have the Angel Campos is the man in the middle of the infield with the first base umpire Chris Guccione and Jeff Nelson calling balls and strikes. Ground ball to short. There's a flip to second for the force play, and that will mercifully end the inning. But not before the Padres get a couple. All the damage with 2 outs, 5 consecutive runners reached. They're on top 2-0. Behind the 8 ball, they're down a couple of runs. They come to bat here on the bottom of the first inning. Kirk Gibson. Let's see what he's put out there as Mazda's starting lineup today. And it starts with Parra, then Hill and Upton. Goldschmidt, batting cleanup. Montero, Young, Johnson. The rookie shortstop Elmore and Cahill. And they're facing a guy who can be really, really good or really, really not so good. Edinson Volquez. Seems like there's no in between. 8-9 record, his 27th start. Almost as many strikeouts as innings pitched.
You know, one thing that early lead gives you, though, as the opposing team used to be, because it's changed considerably, but they make you take the first pitch. And that, if he throws a strike, now you're behind. It's just a domino effect is what it is.
Volquez was part of that big trade with Cincinnati, as was his battery mate, his catcher Grandal, and the first baseman Alonso. They're all in the lineup here today. Parra steps into the batter's box to lead it off. Ball went outside. Parra started the first game of this series in right field. Quickly 2-0.
You know, I was watching him warm up, and his last pitch, he turned and looked to center field. It's almost if you're a batter, you're going to say, hey, I'm over here. Look at that.
Louis Tion. Remember Louis Tion?
Yeah, I remember him. I didn't
do
bat
that
against him, but boy, that scares you.
There's a strike.
You know the scariest thing in baseball is a pitcher who wears glasses and he takes them off and starts to wipe them.
Parra thought that was either low or inside. He didn't like the call. And it's 2-2 now.
You saw the umpire shake his head and say, no, that was a strike. Could hear the rattle all the way up here. Catcher's really getting down low. Get down the lower. Plant a row of corn or something.
Well, it'll be nice for the Diamondbacks to answer back here after falling behind. Parra fouls it. All of a sudden, it's become a struggle for the Diamondbacks at home again.
Hitting is contagious, Greg. There they are.
Well, bark in the park day here. Alonso will take it to the bag himself for the first out. Take a look at that Padre defense behind Volquez. Quentin Venable and Katse in the outfield. Headley at third, Cabrera, Amarista up the middle, and Alonso manning the bag at first with Grandal catching. A day off for Cameron Maben as Venable shifts from right field to center today. They have a lot of interchangeable parts on this Padre ball club, as do the Diamondbacks. As you can play several positions. Strike 1-2, Aaron Hill. Aaron's gone 1 for 8 in this series, and that hit came last night. It was a solo home run of the 8th, his 19th of the year.
He's been a real pleasant surprise. I didn't think he was as good a hitter as he is. Defensively, he had a pretty good idea.
He's just been here a year now. The trade consummated with the Blue Jays August 24th of 2011. And he strikes out swinging on the change, and Volquez has retired the first 2. Well, let's see if turnaround is fair play here. Look at Hill, swing and miss. Cahill retired the first 2, and that's when the trouble started for him. See, the Diamondbacks can do the same here to Volquez.
Difference is Volquez took something off that pitch, and it was a curveball. Got to change what a pitch looks like.
Upton celebrated birthday number 25 with an inside the park home run last night.
Well, I watched it on television. He was running hard, rounding third. He wasn't running out of gas at all, leaking oil or anything. He could have gone another mile.
We had a great shot, too, of the fans behind the third base dugout, and they were all waving.
They were.
That was funny. It skips away. Here it was last night.
Watch when he runs third. He knows it's going to be, he's got a chance for 3. Here he comes. Yes, sir.
Boy, that gave the Diamondbacks a big lift at that time. Had some energy going. But it was all Padres the rest of the way. Every time a Diamondback player hits a home run this season, Full Nomes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association.
In case anybody's wondering, in my career, I never hit an inside the park home run.
You did? Did you come close? Did you get a few triples?
They stopped me at second.
There's a base hit to right. Lucas slapped his knee. It looked like he made a pretty good pitch, but Upton just hung with it and drilled a 2-out single to right.
Put the bat on the ball, you never know what's going to happen.
He hung it a little bit.
Right in the strike zone.
And they'll give Goldschmidt a 2-out opportunity. Paul's 0 for 6 in this series. Only 3 for 20 on the homestand against the Marlins and the Padres. Still a big year, though. 290, 18, and 66. By the way, Joey, looked it up. You had 16 career triples.
Me? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Wind was blown out.
Bigger ballparks back then, right?
Bad outfielders.
Smith, the tying run to the plate here.
I used to have to ask the first baseman, please hold me on. I'm not going to run, but my kids are watching. Klazusi would never do it.
Ooh, right down the middle. Smith took it. 1-2 now. Oh, that's the one you want to hammer right there.
Well, you want to, but he was looking for a pitch.
So he's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball missed inside. This inning now resembling a little bit what the Padres had in their first inning against Cahill with 2 outs. He just got away from it. Didn't really break.
He didn't want to throw that curveball inside, and I don't think it hit him right on the elbow. It looked like it hit him right above it.
4th time that Goldschmidt's been hit by a pitch. And am I reading that correctly? 13 hit batters for. No, 5, now 6 hit batters for the Volquez. 13 home runs. Here's Montero. Got the right guy up there here. Pick off at second, and just back in time is Upton. Oh, don't get caught here.
No. If you get picked off at second base now, you want that ground to open up and just you want to sink in.
Joe Diamondbacks haven't been very good with runners in scoring position in this series. Now's the time to get it rolling. 2 outs in the first. 0 for 10. So they are more than due.
San Diego playing Montero pretty much straight away. The center fielder, I tell you, you could take a rope, put it in his hand. Look at him. He's way out there. And here is the line.
He slices it foul, and now he's in the hole 0-2 on Edison Volquez.
Boy, when you come to a ball game, you get an idea of how they're trying to pitch. And the outfield is pretty much straight away. The infield, the second baseman is really playing Mickey to pull. If he hits a ball up the middle, cinch base hit. Look where the second baseman is.
You got a lot of room there.
Oh, man. But it's up to the pitcher to make a pitch where he's going to hit in that direction.
Upton with 2 outs singled, and Goldschmidt was hit by a pitch. They're the tying runs here. And a long first inning. Volquez steps off again.
Upton's trying to get an even bigger lead. He doesn't have to worry about the second baseman. He's got to make 2 or 3 stops, 1 truck stop to get back to the bag. He can get a big lead.
Ground ball back up the middle. They'll get through, and it'll get a run home. Goldschmidt on his way to third as Upton scores and Miggy delivers. What are you talking about? The big hole right back up the middle. Just guided it right back past the pitcher.
That was really a good piece of hitting. He just swung that bat, put the bat on the ball up the middle. He had his head right on that bat, and that ball hit it.
So the Diamondbacks had the right guy up. With runners in scoring position, Montero now 12 for his last 22 with 14 runs batted in. With runners in scoring position. He delivers his 74th run batted in. It's a 1-run game. And here's Chris Young. Well, that's a nice bounce back for the Diamondbacks. That's what you want after that team comes out and scores in the first inning. You bounce right back and score yourself.
Absolutely. Just get one, you're back in the ball game. It's like a tie ball game.
It started with the Upton hit, and then the hit batter of Goldschmidt.
You know, that base hit that Montero got, you stop to think about it. If he'd have been playing maybe normally, he knocks the ball down. Maybe he doesn't get him, but at least he keeps a run from scoring. But an overshift like that, and Montero took advantage of it. That was a really good piece of hitting.
There's a shallow fly to left, and that's going to fall and to tie the game. So Chris Young delivers a 2-out hit. Boy, these innings are almost parallel to one another. What happened to Cahill happening to Volquez here in the bottom of the first. This game is tied.
He went down and got that. He wasn't about to hit it into the seats. I just have to believe that Gibson had some kind of a pep talk. You can't win on pep talks. You can't, like he said, though, you don't win on paper. But he's in control. He's not going to give up.
So the D-backs have tied it, just like in the first inning when the Diamondbacks pitching coach went to the mound. The Padres had their pitching coach take a trip to the mound, try and settle down Volquez here. And here's Chris Johnson at the plate. Chance to put the Diamondbacks on top. Chris got off to a tremendous start with the D-backs, especially with the long ball, the extra base hits. He had a rip at that one. He fouled it back, strike one.
He was going to play long ball again.
He had 5 home runs in his first 8 games after the trade from Houston.
He'd like to get that back. Wants to call room service and say, please send that pitch back.
Yeah. Montero and Young, the base runners, they drove in the tying runs here. That's in the air into right center field. Should be easy for Kotsay. He puts it away, but the Diamondbacks battle back and sign back up. Montero and Young with RBI knocks with 2 men out. Now the Diamondbacks in the pods after 1. They tied at 2.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Mark McClune with you at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. The Diamondbacks making big news to start the day. Joe Saunders traded to the Baltimore Orioles, and Joe Saunders with our Geico quote of the game.
As soon as we went to a 6-man rotation, I pretty much figured, I had a few more days here. So, it was definitely it's definitely easier, when you have an inkling you're getting traded, then it comes way out of left field. So, this was a little bit more easy to deal with, and made a little bit more sense for both sides.
And Saunders found out last night he had been traded. This morning he found out it was to Baltimore, an hour and a half from where he grew up. Now, in return for Saunders, the Diamondbacks get relief pitcher Matt Lindstrom. Lindstrom told the Baltimore Sun he was surprised but excited to be shipped over to Arizona, and is friends with Chris Johnson from the two playing together in Houston. Also, Aaron Hill and J.J. Putz are familiar to Lindstrom coming over here. And as we kick things back into the booth, Joe, were you ever shipped from team to team mid-season?
Kidding, I was in a Pirate uniform sitting waiting to take batting practice, and we all go off the field, and they traded, I think it was 5 Cubs for 6 Pirates, and they had a pickup truck. We jumped on the truck, and there we were.
Thanks, Mark.
There's nothing romantic about it, I'll tell you.
Well, we wish Joe Saunders the absolute best. Joe is a good guy, is a good guy, and he'll help that Baltimore ball club in their rotation. And enjoyed his time here with the Diamondbacks, 2+ years, and over 3 seasons, actually. A little bit of 2010 and then 2011 and most of this 2012 campaign.
I tell you what eases the pain, knowing a trade like Saunders got, is that paycheck.
Well, yeah. No doubt about that.
You don't really care as long as it keeps coming, man.
He's going to a team that's contending over there as he was playing with here, so that makes it a little easier to take. The 31st is coming up. Of course, you have to have your rosters ready by the 1st if you're going to have that player eligible for the postseason. Kevin Towers there on the right, kind of taking a little seat back right now. I'm sure he'll be busy in phone calls to him, and he'll probably work the phones also right up until the deadline. Mike Bell's there in the middle and Bob Gebhardt on the left.
Put them all on waivers and see who claims them. Then you say, oh, we got a nibble. Let's try to do something.
And another strikeout for Trevor Cahill, and Everett Cabrera can't believe it. Well, you knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Some of these called strike. That looked actually pretty good right there. It looked like it broke back. Maybe he might have brought it back just a little bit. Cabrera thought it was too far inside. Cahill's come back with a couple of strikeouts, starts second inning.
Well, he's also shown that he's throwing more than just a sinker ball.
Now Will Venable. We talk about it all the time after you answer back or you come up with a run or two. It's so important to come back and get a shutdown inning, and Cahill's pitching like he really means it here in the second.
You know, it doesn't make any difference where you throw the pitch. It's how you got there. That's the pitch that's going to help you. It's good. He's pitching inside. You got to pitch inside. If you don't pitch inside, you don't win.
Again, Cahill was supposed to start tomorrow. The first game was Cincinnati, but to the trade, he moves up a day. And still on the 4 days off. He's right in turn.
Here's where he wants to make it happen. Get his man right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on.
So after getting ahead 0-2, it's now gone to 3-2.
Now you know you're not supposed to look for it, but with 2 strikes, he's looking for a fastball. And there it was. The best speech I ever heard, Greg, on hitting was by Ted Williams, who talked about pitching inside because you can fool a hitter inside. He doesn't see the ball as well. Outside, that's where they see it well. Hear all kinds of theories, though, you know. Some of those good hitters say, well, you got to try to hit the middle of the ball. What middle of the ball? If I see the ball, I'm going to swing at him. Or if you swing under, you pop it up and swing it over. Oh, get out of here. Nobody's got eyes that good.
Another foul ball by Venable. And wasted pitches here from Cahill on a 3-2 count.
Been throwing strikes, though. Got to give the youngster credit.
It's going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Got him. Chased up. Didn't get it. How about Trevor Cahill? He strikes out the side of the second. And That's a goose egg up there for the Padres. 2-2 game.
Watching Cahill strike out the side, his reaction. Watch this and you tell me what he's doing.
Oh, I don't know. What's he doing?
I don't know, but he's enjoying it, and that's what baseball is. Enjoy it.
Well, you never know with Wade. You know, it's Wade's world, and whatever.
Hey, it's a wonderful world. I love to live in it.
The consensus seems to be in the truck, maybe hook, line, and sinker.
Hook, line, and sinker?
Yeah. You know, going fishing.
Well, we got to see that again, guys, in the truck. Italian guy can't figure it out. To help me out.
There's a bunt, foul ball at the plate by Elmore.
Here's Wade Miley again. Applause for striking him out.
We'll have to ask you.
I gotta ask him. I mean, I don't know that big scratching unless he had a mosquito down there or something. He enjoys it. That's what baseball is. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, he very well could be the National League Rookie of the Year. Back up the middle. Nice play by Amarista to throw. And got him at first base on a dandy play.
What a play he made. I mean, he jumped straight up and he got enough on it to get his man.
Alexi Amarista, you see the leap into the air, and he had an accurate throw over to first to Alonso. And they just do get Elmore at first base. Or do they? It was close. Nice play, though, by the young second baseman for the Padres. So one out of the inning now for Cahill. That would have been big to get that leadoff man on. Now you could have Cahill bunting, but not the story. The fastball strike.
They don't even expect him to pull the ball. Once again, Venable in center fields in right center. There you see it.
Trevor's had 5 hits on the year, but no extra base hits. 5 for 53.
Boy, it always amazes me when infielders jump straight up in the air and get that much on the throw.
How about all the years Derek Jeter's done that at shortstop into the hole, and getting enough on that throw from his position. 1-2 count.
Every time I hear Jeter's name, I think of what Yogi said about him when Jeter asked for some help.
What did he say?
He said, high fastball, I'm swinging at it, and I'm not hitting it, and Yogi said, well, then don't swing at it. He said, but you did. Yogi said, yeah, but I hit it. Oh, man.
Cahill waits to pitch.
It's a pretty good cut there.
Most of Cahill's hits have gone to the right side. Swinging late. Little bloopers. Shallow right. In fact, Kotze is playing way up in right field. With an idea if one comes out to him on the ground, he may have a chance to throw him out. Yeah, Cahill can take a seat. He's called out looking. Second strikeout for Volquez and 2 quick outs in the D-back second.
Left fielder.
You know, you take a look when you come to the ballpark, and about this time of the year is when it starts to happen. In the outfield, most right field and left field here, it's like a patch of grass is being worn out and being replaced. I don't care. Look, there you see it, right there. And right there.
That's where most of those outfielders will play too, right in that vicinity. And that wears out.
Regardless of who's hitting.
Parr takes a strike.
Oh, there's a good shot of it. I mean, they just stand there at the same spot.
Tell you, the field has really held up well this year.
Yeah.
Grant Trenbeth and his crew deserve a great hand for the job they've done. Grounded to second and released a much easier play, and the Diamondbacks, like the Padres, easy in the second inning. 1-2-3. Well, as we move to the top of the third inning here, a 2-2 ball game. Both teams with a couple of runs in the first inning. And it's going to be Headley, Quentin, and Grandal. The trio that got it started for the Padres in the first inning with 2 men out. Cahill, after struggling in that first inning, giving up 3 hits and the 2 runs, came back and struck out the side in the second. Headley, the switch hitter, the third baseman who singled to start that rally, will step in first.
I think what helped him is when he went something beside the fastball.
It's fouled back. Diamondbacks trying to snap a 6-game losing streak to this Padre ball club, who have won 6 straight overall coming into this one. Well, we are joined by our kidcaster here today, and this is Daniel Sarna.
Wait a minute, kidcaster?
A big kid.
This kid came in sections.
Nice to meet you.
How big are you?
Big.
I know you're big. I can see.
Yeah.
How old are you?
14.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm 14 years old.
I mean, the whole body's 14 years old?
Yes, all of it.
I bet you're having fun here today, aren't you?
This is a blast. This is fantastic.
Is this something you've wanted to do? I mean, maybe get into the broadcast level of things?
I don't know. This has definitely changed. If I didn't want to, this is awesome.
Well, I've heard
so cool.
Some of your interviews. I heard you on the public address.
That was awesome.
Announcing the players, and you sounded good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Does your wife know you're here?
Shh, don't tell.
Joe likes to have fun. A lot of fun.
This guy looks like he wants a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Well, here's some information.
Yes.
Actually 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you look 18. We'll go
brother. My brother's 18.
Okay. That's your brother. Okay,
yes.
Michael. Favorite D-back, Ryan Wheeler. That's the interesting one. He hasn't been up very long.
No, he had big shoes to fill for coming in and taking Ryan Roberts' spot, and he's filled them, and he's done a great job. He's the nicest guy. Love talking to him. Great interview. It's fantastic.
It's always interesting to see when someone comes up new like that. You start following the play. The other one was the favorite other team, the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Why is that?
I grew up in Colorado Springs for a couple of years, lived there, and I got to announce for them as well.
Wow.
We were there at a game and came over to our section and said, "Oh, youngest person here." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." I didn't know what I was doing. My dad raised my hand and said, him. I got to go up on the dugout and announce for an inning. That was a lot of fun. It was really cool. Who knew it would have led to this?
Let him do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take the batter.
Call a batter here.
Pop up. Goldie going into foul territory. Makes the catch.
I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. He's got it.
Can you do color?
Yeah.
My job?
Yeah. I'll let you do your job.
You sound very Italian going,
Where you go to school?
Pinnacle High School. Go Pioneers.
Okay. What year?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
School is well underway already, right?
Yeah, it started about 2 weeks ago, getting into my classes. I did miss for the doubleheader. But
what's your favorite subject?
Math. I'm a big math person. English is too not set for me. Math is set answers, this. I like that.
You like math?
Yes. Algebra.
Who said 2 and 2 is 4? Why couldn't it be 6?
That's what they taught me. I don't know. Ask them.
Well, you're the math guy, though.
Yeah, but...
we give you a questionnaire to fill out, and one of the things you filled out, when you grow up, you want to be a general manager of a major league team.
Yeah, I've want to do something related to baseball. I love everyone asks me questions. It's always like, oh, hey, do you know so-and-so has an ERA of whatever? And they're like, no, I don't know. Apparently you do. And I love doing everything baseball, love watching the games. It's fantastic. And, I mean, I've thrown around, like, it would be fun to be an agent, but then you're a couple players and you don't have, like, you're not a team. Like, Kevin Towers, like, when the Diamondbacks win, he wins. And that would be so fun. It would be so cool to do.
Kind of the architect of the ball.
Yeah.
Would you trade Ryan Wheeler for anybody, or is he?
No, he's here to stay. He's here to stay.
Okay. That's what we needed to know.
Yeah.
Did you have to show your driver's license when you came in today?
No, they didn't ask for it. I think I had my my birth certificate when I did the original Kidcaster thing to make sure that in case they didn't believe me, I had that so that I could show I was 14. Wasn't going to miss out on the chance to do this.
Your mom and dad are here with you, too?
Yes.
You mentioned your brother, Michael.
Yeah, my parents are here. Mark and Deborah, my mom and dad, my brother, Michael. Yeah.
So it's a fun day for you guys.
Yeah, love. It's fantastic. Always coming to baseball games, and it's fun to be able to do this aspect.
Have you always been a baseball fan?
Yeah, always been. Missed a lot of school in Colorado to go to opening days. Luckily, I didn't have to miss school this year.
You played hooky?
No. Yes.
He's getting on you, Joe. He didn't play hooky.
Did the teachers reprimand you or anything?
No.
How big were you in kindergarten?
I was smaller in kindergarten, sort of just blew up. I don't know. I got a lot bigger. Taller.
I want you to be my friend from now on, okay?
All right.
That's great. That's great.
Well, Cahill has hit his second batter of the ball game to put a runner on with 2 out. What do you think about Wade Miley being Rookie of the Year? Is that a shoe-in?
Oh, I love Wade Miley. He's got to have it. I mean, Bryce Harper's cooled down after the All-Star break.
I don't even think he's a candidate, do you?
Yeah, no. Wade Miley's got to have it. hasn't cooled down. He wasn't even supposed to make the club, and coming out of spring training and made it. And wow, where would we be without him right now?
Now, if Ryan Wheeler wasn't your favorite player, who would be your favorite player?
Willie Bloomquist.
Willie?
Yeah, I love Willie Bloomquist. My brother and I always joke about how he's like never like always just straight face, not so much emotion. And then I read like an article about how he's like crazy emotion, but never hides it once he gets out the field. He's like, love watching him, love John McDonald, middle infielder guys, Aaron Hill.
I like the fact that, you don't like, well, it's not that you don't like, but, I mean, you like some of the other guys, the utility guys and all that, not the big star guys. I like that.
He's got to like the world.
Yeah.
It's a great world you live in.
Yeah. Where else do I get to do this? It's fun.
And your family's here. That's important.
And I get
Don't
to spend it with
your
my family.
That's
right.
That is definitely the most important part. It wouldn't be fun if they weren't here. If it was just me, it would be, I get to do it, but my family's here. It's a lot of fun.
That's your father and mother now. It's not your wife and kids.
No, not my wife and kids.
Okay.
There's a base hit to right field. Let's see if Upton can maybe not. Alon's going to score. And that'll get the Padres back on top. And again, it's a 2-out rally against Cahill. He got the first 2 in the inning, Headley and Quentin, but now Grandal, Alonso, and Kotsay have all come up, hit by pitch, and a couple of singles to put San Diego back on top 3-2 here.
Free passes are what's hurting us right now. Last night we walked in 2 runs, hit a batter to load the bases.
So he watches. He knew.
Yeah. Season tickets, half seasons from here a lot, and then when I'm not here, I'm watching the games or following it on my phone.
You could just walk in. Who's going to stop you?
Yeah.
So, again, Cahill having problems with 2 men out in an inning. And still not over as Alexi Amarista will come to the plate. So, do you play high school baseball?
No, I don't. I don't remember if I went to a game last year. I'm going to try and go to a game this year. I want to see about getting into like announcing for them. That would be kind of cool because I think the person who announced last year graduated. So I think that would be a lot of fun to be able to start off and say I announced for my high school baseball team.
Well, judging by what we have seen with you up here and some of the other functions you've done around the ballpark already, I think you'd be a shoo-in.
Thank you.
For doing that.
Yeah. Were you a classmate of Bloomquist in college?
No, but my brother does go to ASU, so I guess it's kind of close. But
there you go.
Nope.
2 Sun Devils on this current Diamondback club now.
Yeah, I mean, represent Arizona. It's great.
A ball and a strike on Alexi Amarista.
Well, he's got a nice name, Alexi Amarista. Like it should be. Oh, it should be a Hollywood name.
Made that dazzling play in the bottom of the 2nd inning to get Jay Kelmore. And now he's trying to hurt the Diamondbacks here in the top of the 3rd with 2 on and 2 out. He's one of those little guys, Joe, that swings hard.
Did you play baseball?
I used to. When I was younger, I played it a lot. And
when you were younger?
Yes, I haven't played in a while.
You have to understand, Joe, you were still very young. That's where Joe's going.
When I was like 6 or 7, I played.
There you go.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Remember that, Joe?
I can't remember it. One bounce was out when I played in those days.
1 ball, 2 strikes. When did you move to Phoenix?
About 7 years ago, I think. Yeah, okay. 7 years ago.
So you've learned about our monsoonal summers.
Yes.
Hey, listen, Daniel, we've really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of your day here, you and your family.
It was an honor meeting you, too. Thank you.
Daniel Cerda with us. Our kid cat. We can't call him a kid, but he is.
Nice going.
Taylor's Tech's road trip to the Miller Taste team at 620 for your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer. Diamondbacks down now a run, 3-2 as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And again, it was a 2-out rally by the Padres. All the runs in this game, you can hear the dogs.
First time I saw that was in Montreal.
That's the first time we saw it.
And who was in the stands but David Sutherland on Bark Day.
There's a strike here to Aaron Hill. Well, I think we're in pretty good shape with young people like Daniel Sarna.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What a personality. Yeah. Ambitious.
Wants to be a general manager of a Major League Baseball team. Good for him. Let's set your goals, right?
Just hope nobody talks him out of where he wants to go. Set a goal and keep going for it.
Listen to all the barking up there. Volquez now, for the second time of this ball game, has been given a lead to try and hang on to. Didn't do that in the first inning, as the Diamondbacks came back and tied the ball game. And now 3-2. Hill, Upton, and Goldschmidt here.
You saw him just shake his catcher around. He just stared him down. Didn't shake his head, but just stared him down.
Hill struck out swinging his first time up. That ball, but just foul down the left field line.
Got that curveball up, and he just pulled the trigger a little bit too soon, but he got really the fat part of the bat on that ball.
Hill has 140 hits on the year. This was almost an extra base knock. He has 55 extra base hits. He's got 31 doubles along with 5 triples and 19 home runs. There's a catch by Headley. Wow, what a play by Headley. He took at least a single, maybe an extra base hit away as he laid out and robbed Hill of a knock here to start the inning.
I mean, that's why they call that the hot corner. I mean, he just put the glove where he thought the ball was going to be, and there it was. That was a great play. Reaction. First and third base, really reaction positions.
And now Upton, who singled and scored one of the 2 first inning runs for the Diamondbacks. He pops this one up. Easy on the right side of the infield. And released it. Makes a grab in the outfield for out number 2. Well, it's been done all afternoon. All 5 runs that have crossed the plate in this game. 3 by the Padres and 2 by the Diamondbacks. They've all scored with 2 men out. All the rallies have started with 2 men out. See if Goldschmidt can get something going here.
You can bet that he got all the information he could get on the pitcher. Goldschmidt he's quite a student of this game called baseball.
Hit by pitches first at bat. He, like Hill, with 55 extra base hits on the season, including 36 doubles.
I'd almost have to feel like he was looking for that slow curveball that has been good to Mr. Volquist.
The only National Leaguer, Joe, that's got more doubles than Paul Goldschmidt is Aramis Ramirez of the Brewers. He's really developed in his first full season of the big leagues. Remember, he didn't come up last year until August 1st.
And stop to think of the defensive plays he's made. That has really been surprising because that takes work.
Well, they can build around this young man for some time. Goldschmidt, among others, but I think he's going to lock up that cleanup spot for a while, don't you, Joe?
Oh, I don't know who's going to take it over. Unless it be Kubo.
2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 out. Fought it off, fouled it back.
You know, I never really believed in that lineup. You know, the leadoff man gets on base, second guy moves him over, third, fourth, and fifth, the best hit. After the guy gets a hit in the first inning, you never know when he's going to bat.
Yeah, more often than not, that leadoff hitter only leads off once.
Exactly.
Per ball game, but you know, if you got somebody like a Ricky Henderson, they don't come around very often, or a Lou Brock. You know, those are pretty special guys, but that's an area of the game that's changed a lot. Teams used to run more than they do now.
I know they're hitting 3-0 more than they
yeah,
used to.
There's no doubt about that. And Goldschmidt draws a 2-out wobble. Well, here we go, 2 outs again. Goldschmidt's been on twice without an official AB today. Hit by pitch, now walk. Here comes Miggy.
Well, I think he's going to hit it straight away in the outfield, and he's going to pull the ball if he hits a ground ball. The second baseman is way over again. You come to the ballpark, check the defense. That'll tell you a lot, believe me.
RBI number 74 for Montero in that first inning. .34 games still remaining after today, so he's got a chance to have a big year. He's already had a big year.
Oh, he's
even
had
bigger.
a big year. It'd be nice to see him drive in 100.
You have to put a tremendous month of September together. Close out August time, but he's capable of that. I think if he wouldn't have swung at that, might have hit him in the foot. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Montero trying to do some 2-out damage here with Goldschmidt at first. Laid off. Just to show you where Montero has come now the last couple of years offensively. All catchers in the major leagues. He is second in games played. He is second in hits, trailing only Molina in both categories. He is first in runs batted in among all major league catchers and first in extra base hits. We're not even talking about his defense and how that's improved. Calling games, handling pitching.
I tell you, the catcher as a position is not asked to do as much as others, like outfielders. They have to hit the long ball and so forth and so on. If a catcher can throw halfway decent, if he can catch the ball, block the ball, make the tag play at the plate, he's a good defensive catcher to some people. I qualify that because Walker Cooper says the greatest defensive catcher is the guy who drives in the winning run.
There's Henry Blanco with that cast. Henry's missed. He sure helped Miguel Montero a lot. There's a fly ball hit to center. That's going to be caught out there by Valber. Shy the warning track. Well, the Dogs won't be happy. Well, maybe they will. UCAM.
He is in for a strike.
Gotta love it. Bark of the Park Day. Sox baseball is brought to you in part by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. McDonald's, I'm loving it. That is a GoPro camera on Uke. It's Uke Cam. That's the name of the canine there. Uke, he's an English Mastiff. Here on Park in the Park Day. Where's the bacon? Where's the bacon? Making his way in to the ballpark here.
Nobody going to keep him out, I'll tell you that.
No. Well, he's found something he liked. Probably some gum on the ground, right? They're going to check him. No, go ahead. We don't need to check you.
Just don't bite. I tell you, when I was doing Westminster, I used to get out there early to watch it. It was great to be around so many great dogs.
That's still a lot of fun to watch.
Oh.
Ground ball back toward the middle. Hill makes the play. Here's a throw and safe. Volquez. The throw is just a little bit up toward home plate area by Hill, as Goldschmidt had to come up the line and could not reach around and swipe tag Volquez going by.
But with an umpire short, I'll say this for Jeff Nelson, who's behind the plate. He was at first base because he thought the first base umpire, Cuccione, would have to run out to see the play. That's teamwork. They're one umpire short, but you never know it.
All right, let's go to our Kia key to the game here today. Brought to you by Kia Motors. You're working today.
Who's working today?
Cahill.
He's working
That's
today.
Right.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, I thought it was your key.
My key? No. Working today? No.
Trevor Cahill is not expected to start here today, obviously, because he was penciled in tomorrow, but with the trade of Joe Saunders to Baltimore, Cahill was pushed up a day. There's a bunt. Cahill fields and throws. And out at first base is the call. Well, that was bang, bang there. And Goldschmidt did a good job of keeping the toe on the bag as he had to reach way out for that throw from Cahill.
Montero knows he's going to get it. He'll hit a little bit towards third base. Watch the play. Ooh.
Cabrera runs so well. Yeah, I think he got him. Good call.
Got him. He kept that foot on that bag like you said, Greg.
Sacrifice 1-3 for Cabrera. Now Venable and Headley with a chance to add a run to that total for the Padres. They're already up 1.
Oh, what a blooper.
And how about that? That's going to fall in front of Upton, but the runner, Volquez, won't be able to score. So even though it was a blue pit by Venable, the Diamondbacks got a break because it still sets up a possible double play situation with runners at first and third.
Volquez had no intention of trying to score. He was about, maybe 10 steps from third base. He was already slowing down. He was looking for a parking spot.
And of course, Cahill, he can dial some double plays up. He needs one here from Headley in the worst way.
Tough guy in that batter's box, though.
Headley's only rolled into 6 double plays all year. Bingham's swinging that hot bat. 4 hits in the series, including a home run. So an infield hit by the pitcher, a sacrifice bunt, and a blue hit to right. Now the Padres again threatening against Cahill. Again, San Diego loves to run. Venable has swiped 18 on the year. He's that runner at first base.
Montero's already set up his play. I mean, what he's going to do should the man at first run, but with the pitcher on at third base, I doubt if they'd put a play on. But you have to be alert. But he's got his signal from the bench what he's going to do. All he's got to do is look the pitcher back, running at third base, and then fire to second. And if you don't get the man at second, maybe the man at third panics and you got him. He's not exactly a good base runner. Volquez, that is.
Who's late on that? Tardy was Headley in the countdown 1-2. Well, this would be a big momentum swing for Cahill and the Diamondbacks if they can escape this jam without a run scoring.
You ever see that play work?
Mike Fetters once.
One time? You ever see it in high school or grade school work? No. I never saw that play work at all. Big pitch coming up.
If you talk to a guy like Fett, too, and he's working radio today, his reasoning is most pitchers don't try and sell it. I mean, you know, they just kind of casually move off. He says you really have to sell the move, and it will work on okay. Obviously he's a believer. It worked for him a few times. But in answer to your question, 9 times out of 10, or maybe 99 out of 100, it's not going to work.
I mean,
it just takes up a little time.
I hate to say this, but it's running through my mind. If Rip Van Winkle was on at third base, they wouldn't get him. He'd still be sleeping.
Well, I guarantee you, if it ever would work, that guy who gets caught off base wouldn't want to go back to the dugout and face his manager. Oh, he got him. How about that? Big strikeout for Cahill, and he gets a hot hitter. Best RBI guy in the majors in the month of August, Headley, to strike out.
And that was a breaking ball. It was not the sinker. You could see Montero one hop it. Big out, big out.
And still one tough out to get here, and Carlos Quentin, their cleanup hitter. We've got a good-sized crowd here today, and they're wanting to get going on this. Let's make some noise. Roar a little bit if KO can pitch around this jam and escape the inning. Quentin sends one into the Diamondback dugout and then back out. EY, Eric Young was ducking out of the way. Yep, didn't get out of it. Another 2-out hit and another run. Barnes going to have to be quick to it to hold another run from scoring, and he'll do that on a double by Quentin. Well, all 6 runs in this game now come with 2 outs in an inning. That really hurts there. You got a big out in Headley, but you couldn't get Quentin.
Looked like a low fastball, a sinker that he throws to his best pitch. He went down, got it.
Remember how this inning started, an infield hit by the pitcher. He comes in to score there, Volquez. Well, this out here becomes paramount in this game for Cahill and the Diamondbacks. They're down 2. A hit here could expand that lead to 4. This is Grandal, their catcher. You're down 2. You're still real close. You just need a base runner. You go down 4. Becomes a lot different ball game. went foul.
Well, what you want to do is stay away from Grand Slam country. I mean, when you're trailing that much by 4.
That's pretty good right there. 6 for 12 runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
That's what hurts.
This series alone.
Where was that one?
It's a little too far inside, according to Jeff Nelson. 2-1. Randall today has singled home a run. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. 3-1 the count. And Mike Zagorski, the lone lefty in the bullpen, starts to loosen for the Diamondbacks. They're loaded for one tough hitter in Yonder Alonso. I think he's checking his Zagorski ready. Montero out, stalling for time at the mound area. Home plate umpire still not moving. Now he goes out.
Gibson checking the lineup card to see what the situation really is.
Well, with Alonso, Katse, and Amarisa, they're all left-handed hitters. So it's like ready or not. Here comes Zagorski. He is perched. Here he comes. Cahill's day will end before he can get out of the 4th inning.
Gibson's walk is slow to the mound to give the relief pitcher a chance to warm up even more. Montero spent some time out there to stall for it.
Cahill was going to leave, and Kirk Gibson wants to chat first. Now he makes the call. Cahill leaves. So the bullpen's got to take this one the rest of the way home for the Diamondbacks and try and keep it a 2-run game. Baseball is brought to you in part by Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Well, that's Sedona. You know those Red Rocks anywhere. And here, it's Mike Zagorski, Bronco, coming on his 36th appearance. He's in a very tight situation. Joe Garagiola with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and nowhere to put this guy at the plate. A good hitter, Yonder Alonso.
Where's that guy Daniel now that we need him?
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Alonso now has reached base safely. in his last 5 plate appearances. A homer, 3 singles, a walk, and he's driven in 4. So that's what Zagorski's got to face.
Needs one big out, and when you come into relief like that, usually the first pitch you want to get a strike, and it's a fastball, and this guy will be looking for it, Alonso.
He took a strike.
Ooh.
The other thing that happens here now, you're forced to use your bullpen over the remaining 5 1/3 innings of this ball game. With Cahill only going the front 3 2/3. Lindstrom, the newcomer who came over in the deal from Baltimore for Joe Saunders, we were told not expected to be here until tomorrow. He's going to get out of it. Zagorski did his job by getting Alonso with the bases loaded. And the Padres settle for only the 1 run. D-backs will hit the bottom of the 4th. Young will lead it off. 4-2 San Diego.
Is Bark in the Park Day as the Diamondbacks take on the Padres. You can't get enough of this. This is Uke Cam. Uke weighs almost 200 pounds, making his way around the ballpark here at Chase Field and joining us here live for his first television interview. We're actually going to let his owner, Sean, talk to us. Uke's a reality television star, isn't he?
Well, we're hoping so. So Uke's travel adventures, so we're going around the country to the best pet-friendly hotels, restaurants, and bark in the parks and beaches and festivals. So we're trying to make Uke the next big reality show star, yeah?
How does Uke like being on camera or having the camera on Uke?
Well, he loves it, but he's got his 2 good friends here. He's got Coda, who's a rescue dog, and his good friend Guinness, who's a surfing dog. And he can't get enough of them right now, but he's trying to get the fans and everyone riled up to get these Diamondbacks to score a few more runs.
Well, Guinness has his own Twitter, and Uke has his own Twitter. These dogs are social media savvy. It's really a new age here.
Absolutely. So yeah, you can go on Uke's Travel for his Twitter and ukestraveladventures.com and check out our website and find out where Uke's next adventure will be.
Let's see if Uke has anything to say here. I don't know, Joe, did you ever interview a dog before? Is this how you do it?
That's the way you do it.
They're talking.
I think they're trying to start a rally out here in the outfield. Joe, is this how it's done? Is this how you interview dogs? You did this for so many years.
That's right. You just got to be kind to dogs, because dogs, all they want to do is love you.
I like that little white one. Get out of my face.
Well, this dog This dog actually surfs, and I just put it up on Twitter, the video of Guinness surfing. So if you want to see it, it's on my Twitter account. We'll see if we can get a couple of retweets. But the dog can get on a surfboard and ride a wave.
What's the name of the dog that surfs?
What's that?
What's the name of the dog that surfs?
Guinness.
Guinness.
And the Twitter handle is Guinness Surfs. At Guinness Surfs.
Gotta love it. You having fun out there?
Oh, this is great. This is it's chaos out here in the best way.
Thanks, Mark. Uke. Uke is an English Mastiff. That is one big dog.
Boy, they are big. I'd go back to when they were keep grooming the dogs, and I love those little ones because when they run around the circle, man, they look like toys. Like there should be a sign of batteries not included.
How many years did you do that, Joe, as Young strikes out here to start this inning?
I think 6. It was a delight, too.
Well, they're having fun. This is second this year, and big turnouts. I mean, they do a parade out of the outfield along the warning track before the ball game. Look at that one.
Oh, that's my kind of dog. That's my kind of dog.
Looks like he's got the paws up there. There's
some more. That's it. Great.
You get some hams and you get some that are a little shy and scared, but they're all having fun. Give me a bite of that, right? Volquez is starting to settle in a little bit now after that first inning. He had a 1-2-3 second. He walked Goldschmidt with 2 out in the third, then got Montero, and he has struck out Young here to start the fourth. Padres are trying for their second consecutive 3-game sweep of the Diamondbacks here at Chase Field, which now he's sleeping.
Well, the difference in his pitching is he's been able to get that curveball over. It's kind of like an overhand curveball. When we were kids, you remember you called it a drop?
Yeah. And broke his bat. Johnson needs some new lumber. He upset he liked that bat.
Say, guys get a really the bat means so much to him. Richie Ashburn broke a slump one time and came out the next couple games, getting some base hits, and the next thing I read in the paper, he was sleeping with the bat. I mean, he didn't want to leave that bat.
Well, there is that broken one.
That'll be on eBay. $35 game used.
And a ground ball hit foul. I think it looked like they had a few more canines here today than they did in the previous one. I mean, it was well attended again. I think fans are enjoying bringing them out here. That one's got a pretty good seat. Swing and a miss. Time for our Nissan text poll, and we'll have a little fun with this here. All right, best in show. This is Golden Schmidt. I like that. Who's this one? This is B. Fancy. All right, we're gonna vote on these. C is Tuffy, and D is Mr. Mikey Met. So there you go, the 4. You vote A, B, C, or D. Goldschmidt was pretty good. That's pretty clever.
He's going to win.
Ground ball down to third. Volquez is sending the Diamondbacks down here. Another 1-2-3 inning. We'll move to the 5th in a 4-2 ball game. Padres on top. A cold one to look forward to Miller time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. UCAM making his way off the field after the parade on Bark in the Park. Well, that's artificial stuff. That's not the real stuff. Okay, I'm not going to stop. I'll go right on by. He'll do anything he wants to do.
Exactly.
At any time. Mark Kotsay leads it off here against Mike Zagurski in a swinging strike. Zagurski came on, Joe, and got a big out with the bases loaded and got a tough hitter Alonso to keep it a 4-2 ball game, ending that fourth inning.
Got to rattle that bat rack is what the Diamondbacks have to do.
Now all of a sudden the hitting has just disappeared. 4 hits in the opener here against the Padres when they were beaten 5-0 that game on Friday night. 7 hits last night, but only the 3 runs. And all 3 on home runs. The Upton inside the Parker and the Hill solo shot. And 2 runs here today, but Padres have been scoring many more runs. Kotsay has walked and he has an RBI single in this ball game. And now a strikeout. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. And we're looking at Miggy, so it's got to be something catcher related. Diamondbacks record for most caught stealing by a catcher in a season. All right. I'll think about that a little bit.
Think about it. You're going to have to pray to get that answer.
Well, it could be Miggy.
That's my guess. Johnny Bench?
No, Diamondback.
Oh, Diamondback. Yeah. Can't read either, can I?
Well, you can. Miggy, we got a nose sound. The longtime Diamondback catcher here was Damian Miller.
Damian Miller. He could throw.
That was Damian. But how many did he have? Okay. It's 2-part. I did my part. I got the name. Now you got to get the number. I know you can do it, Joe. 2-1 here, the count on Amarista.
Just throw out a number. 6.
No, it's got to be more than that.
7. 12.
How about 27? That thing will buzz all day.
No, we're going to get it. 20. 21.
About where you sit up there where that foul ball just went.
23. 4. 24. Oh, come on, guys. 33. 43.
Oh, I heard a bang, a ding.
Oh, wait a minute. What was the number?
33.
Oh, 33.
There you go. See, we knew you'd get it. 3-2 pitch here, and that's a walk.
Wow.
So Damian Miller was the guy. Our AT&T trivia answer. 33 back in 2001. That's a lot of throwouts. Caught stealing. You were always the master of the game show. You still are.
I had the answers, though. They gave me the answers.
You just kept giving numbers. Volquez up there to bunt now.
Boy, you talk about somebody coming in close to get that bunt, though, is Johnson. Look where he is, right on the grass. Oh, man. That's when it becomes a dangerous position. Throw the ball and make sure he bunts it, and maybe if he bunts it hard enough, he might get a double play because the middle infielders are protecting second base.
You see how far in Johnson is already. Bunt back to the mound. One play at first. Goldschmidt covering. Sacrifice good by Volquez. Diamondbacks continue the homestand tomorrow with a 3-game series against the red-hot Cincinnati Reds. You can get a ticket to any of the games for just $19 with the D-backs Pepsi Max Value Pack. The Value Pack includes a lower-level bleacher ticket, regular-size hot dog, 24-ounce Pepsi, and a free bottle of Pepsi Max, all for just $19. Call now, 602-514-8400, or buy it online at dbacks.com/value. With 2 outs, Everett Cabrera will try and get another runner home in scoring position for the Padres. With 2 outs, Zagurski gets ahead of him. I gave you that number last inning. Was 6 for 12, 2 outs, runners in scoring position in this series. Now 7 for 13. 6 for 13. Foul back.
That ball is just impossible to hit where he made that pitch. Right in on his hands. It's also a tough pitch to get in there that tight. Work fast, throw strikes, pitch inside.
And sticky old cotton candy. Put it back in the bag.
These guys ought to be eating hot dogs. It's Bark in the Park day.
I'm sure there are some being downed here. Mustard ketchup on them. That cotton candy, that blue cotton candy right now is good. Missed up high. Looked like Montero wanted it up. Zagurski threw it up.
I don't like when he stands up like that because he's tipping off to the umpire. There's not going to be a strike. Just motion it when you give the signals. Like now. Just come up with it.
And we'll get back and out of play. Some good news going on right now. The Dodgers are trailing in their ball game today at home against Miami. Giants later against Atlanta. Hudson and Lincecum. Tim Hudson and Tim Lincecum in that ball game.
Pitchers do a lot there with those two guys.
Hudson's been really good. Lincecum's had a rough year, but has been turning it around a bit of late. Amarista walked with 1 out. Moved up on a bunt by the pitcher. He's at second with 2 down here. And Cabrera takes a call, 3rd strike, and he knew it. So no runs, a walk, a man left in the inning. 2 strikeouts in that inning for Zagurski. Diamondbacks bat in the bottom of the 5th. Baseball is brought to you in part by Valley Chevy. Who's your everyday hero? Nominate an everyday hero at valleychevy.com or facebook.com/Valley Chevy. There's no more picturesque state than the state of Arizona. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning there, and Ryan Wheeler pinch hitting for Mike Zagurski, who did a nice job coming in a tight situation in the 4th inning with the bases loaded, got the final out, and then got through the 5th inning without a run with a couple of strikeouts. So Wheeler hitting here. And he rips one, diving stop by Amarista, and from the seat of his pants he throws him out, one away. Boy, the Padres doing it all. They're pitching, they're hitting, they're playing great D. That's a pretty good winning combination.
Oh, man. That ball was smacked. But once again, a good play. Strong enough to make the throw and get him. This ball club, this Padre ball club, is really playing with some great determination. We got to get rid of those termites in the bat rack over in the Diamondback dugout. I mean, 3 hits.
Still in it, though. Need a base run to get the tying run up, but they haven't been doing much. All their hits, all 3 of them came in that 1st inning when they got their 2 runs.
Yep. You know what we miss now used to be the teams would come up with a mojo that somebody would start a fire in the dugout or do something.
I don't think we want to do that anymore. But
no, but
yeah, I know where you're going. A little hot foot, you mean?
Well, not that so much. I mean, just try things. Guys would have routines, rituals almost.
We saw Paul Goldschmidt. He was envisioning his at bat. See?
Oh, he's in the game. When he shows up at the ballpark, he's ready and stays ready.
He'll bat this inning. Well, he could bat this inning.
I never did that. I guess I should have.
Swing and a miss.
I know a lot of times a manager would close his eyes after I batted.
Well, eyes are closing right here at the moment because of what Volquez is doing to the Diamondbacks hitters. 5th strikeout. 6 in a row set down.
2 runs in the 1st inning. 3 hits total. You think Wally Johnson was pitching?
Set down 12 of the last 13 he's faced.
Come on.
He's there in Hill. Yeah, he's sub 500, 8-9 with an ERA over 4. But rolling today. Hill was robbed of a hit his last time up by Chase Headley at 3rd base. Made a great diving catch.
What can you do if you're the manager like Gibson? There's nothing you can do. Your batters they've got to get you out of it. And try not to hit too hard. Just get on.
When you start slumping like that as a hitter, though, don't you a lot of times just find yourself maybe trying to hit a 3-run homer with nobody on base? I mean, just trying to do a little bit more.
That's part of the problem, or is the problem sometimes.
Boy, another easy inning coming up here. Volquez rolling. 7 in a row set down, 13 of 14. Still 4-2 Padres. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball presented by Sanderson Ford. They deck them out, don't they? Having fun here on Bark in the Park Day.
I thought he'd be sitting next to that guy whacking that tail, bopping you in the head every 30 seconds. Ah, I like that.
New pitcher for the Diamondbacks here as we move to the 6th inning of this ball game, and it's Brian Shaw. He's going to have to go through 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Venable, Headley, and Quinton. And that's no easy task these days, the way these guys have been hitting the baseball. Venable as a hit. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Shaw, the third pitcher used today. Cale had a rough start. 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. Shaw spent a little time back in the minors this year, trying to work on his secondary pitches. It was cutter after cutter after cutter. And he gives up a base hit to start this 6th inning. Join Fox Sports Arizona and the D-backs for the Going Gonzo for Kids Mystery Ball fundraiser. Call in during the August 28th D-backs game and buy a mystery autographed baseball for $50. Ball signed by legends Luis Gonzalez and Randy Johnson, along with members from this year's team. 25 of the ball packages will include a golden ticket, redeemable for great prizes, proceeds benefiting Going Gonzo for Kids charity. Well, let's see, the Padres are in the running mode now. They are 2nd in the majors in stolen bases. And only up a couple here. They get their leadoff man on now for the middle of the order. Chase Headley at the plate. Shaw, when he gets base runners on, will do a lot of holding the baseball, step off, throw over. Trying to get that dog to pose, and he doesn't want to. There you go. Oh, he had a good shot there. Hopefully he got it. Ground ball back toward the middle. This could be 2. Hill out and safe at first base.
Boy, I tell you, there's a good collision at second base. Nothing dirty about it. Elmore was just taken out of the play, but he got the throw off and he stayed right there. He didn't give up an inch.
Hill was very close to the bag here, and when he got Elmore to the bag, got the baseball, I should say, he really didn't have much of a chance to do a whole lot. He suffered the consequences on that takeout there by Venable.
He did. And what he was trying to do is get some protection by putting the bag between him and the runner. That's sometimes what infielders will do, but he had to get that ball on its way to first base and almost got his man. But I tell you, he took a little bit of a shock there.
Venable was limping a little bit too, coming off the field. Now Carlos Quinton.
It's when those guys don't slide, when they just come in and try to bowl you over, that's when it hurts.
Quinton has scored a run today. He has walked. He has also doubled home a run today. And this line drive down, more back to first. Not in time. But the second out of the inning recorded. Our catcher Yasmani Grandal at the plate.
Boy, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like this guy bats every inning.
It seems like everybody's batting every inning almost for them.
You have to wear a blue shirt.
Well, they sent 8 to the plate in the first inning, getting their 2 runs. They sent 6 to the plate in the third, 7 to the plate in the fourth. So in answer to your question, yeah, they almost are batting every inning. Going into this series, the Diamondbacks had crept back to 3 games over 500. That was after that doubleheader win over the Marlins on Wednesday. They're a game over 500 entering play here today. Runner takes off. Montero's throw is in time. And Edley is caught stealing to end the inning. Montero nails another. Diamondbacks done a good job of shutting down the Padre running game, but that's been about it. They haven't shut down their bats since 4-2 San Diego. Montero to end that last half inning. Maybe throwing out another one. Chase Edley.
I'll tell you what, it was a great play. Watch the jump. He's got to jump. It's a straight steal going in, and watch the quick tag. Boom, got him. And Montero really showed a lot of, that's great, guys. I had to get rid of that ball. Not a perfect throw, but good enough to get him.
Upton will lead it off here as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7 in a row sit down by Volquez and 13 of 14. Boy, after that first inning, he gets Upton to swing and miss at a slider. 0-2.
This fellow's really settled down, hasn't he?
Look at that. 80 pitches, 60 strikes. Hard to believe he walked a guy. But he did. Walked Goldschmidt in the 3rd inning.
He obviously is calling his own game pretty much. He shook him off and says, give me another start.
Hey, how about that with a 0-2 pitch? That's twice now Volquez has been upset with his pitch selection or maybe location against Upton, and twice Upton has got the hit against him.
Well, instead of using that pitch to work for him, he threw it for a strike. Look at it. I mean, you couldn't have wanted a more perfect pitch than that. It was a breaking ball. And he's got 2 strikes, no balls, and gives him a pitch like that. Lucky he didn't hit it out of the ballpark.
Here's Goldschmidt now representing the Tide run. He's been on twice with a hit by pitch and a walk.
Come on, Paul. Hit one for Goldschmidt, the dog.
That's right. That was A. For the Diamondbacks, their 4th hit of the day. Gets away, but not far enough for up. The Diamondbacks really been having trouble scoring runs. Obviously in this series, and even going back to that second game against Miami. Only 5 runs in the last 27 innings. Look at that batting average. Sub 200. I mean, way sub 200. So they need an inning here. Two and 0. 1-1. Check that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was an interesting call by the catcher. He moved over. He was out of the strike zone with that glove, like he was hoping that he'd get Goldschmidt to chase a bad ball. Looking at the bench, see what he wants. Slide step, throw over there, hold the ball.
Largest run differential. Diamondbacks in their wins average 6.6 runs, in their losses 2.4, making the differential of 4.2. Well, it's been a struggle. Atlanta and Minnesota ahead.
He hasn't thrown a strike yet, and all of them been the same spot. Outside part of the plate, breaking ball, 1 fastball.
A good hitters count here on 3-1, and a tough hitter for Volquez next to Montero.
He's looking for a pitch, and if he gets it, perfect pitch, laid off a toughie. Keep throwing it like that, he'll be going to the Hall of Fame next week.
Upton started this inning with a single. He did that on an 0-2 pitch. Now 3-2 on Goldschmidt.
He might be running.
He is going. Ball 4 and 2 on to start the inning, and a good start here for the Diamondbacks against Volquez. Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch brought to you by CenturyLink. KO was the starter for the Diamondbacks, and Volquez 95-92. This kid can get it up there in a hurry. But now he's gotten himself into some trouble. He grew up in the Dominican Republic, did Volquez. And years ago, he picked up the nickname Little Pedro as he drew comparisons to Pedro Martinez. He's been pitching well today in this ball game. Pedro Martinez will be very proud of him to this point. But now he's gotten himself into some trouble. And a good hitter at the plate, Montero.
Here's where that discipline comes in. I mean, you're trailing by 2, knowing if you hit a home run, you're going to lead by 1, but get a base hit and keep it going. It's one of those cases where a home run could really stop your momentum.
It's funny you say that. People might say, how's that? But sometimes it does.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Runners go. Montero into right field and get back. 2-2. Double play.
He had that base stolen, too. Had the base stolen.
Montero swung the bat and instead lines out to right field, and it turns into a double play for the Padres.
Watch Upton. He's taken off. He's got that base stolen easily. And all of a sudden he sees it. He's going to hustle right back. Not much he can do. He is really trapped in no man's land. And that says it for the whole ball club, what Montero just did. Frustration. Got to keep fighting it, man.
Well, that momentum that had shifted through 2 batters goes right back to Volquez and the Padres now. And Young Takes the ball down low.
It's the breaks of the game. I mean, if that ball's a base hit, Upton scores easily. The ball was well hit.
And one of the problems Upton encountered, he had already circled third base, so he had to go back tag and then try to get to second. Ground ball down to third. Wow. And that was a tough inning for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 2 on, nobody out. A line drive double play. Still 4-2.
Home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
We welcome you back here to Chase Field. Diamondbacks and the Padres going at it. 4-2 San Diego. Heading into the 7th inning, and always fun times out there. Ramtrucks.tv pool. Well attended again today. Brian Shaw back to work for the Diamondbacks. Need to keep putting up zeros now if you're the bullpen. Against the Padres here. Give yourself a chance. Boy, it looked like it was a great chance in the bottom of the 6th there, Joe, but line drive double play with runners going, and things really turned around dramatically. You're right, Grandal is at the plate again.
I'm telling you, bats every inning, this guy.
He was at the plate when Headley was thrown out trying to steal to end the 6th inning.
Boy, you see plays like that and you say, well, what is he thinking? He's thinking he can get to third base. And what do? You run on your own. It was a good hustle play.
This was Upton on the play. He's got his lead and he takes off.
He's watching it too.
And to go back and re-tag.
Yeah.
He didn't have a chance to get back.
No, he didn't.
I mean, Miggy just smashed it to right.
Well, the third baseman was playing way back. There was no way they were going to get him.
In that instance, with that good of a lead, maybe you take a pitch. Well, Grandal took some pitches there. He draws a walk. College football comes to Fox each week. Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington will get you ready for kickoff. The #1 ranked USC takes their first step on the road to a national championship, taking on Hawaii. Premiere of college football Saturday this week at 4 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox. Alejandro Alonso. Strike. Alonso 2 for 2, his first 2 times up with an RBI, and came up with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Zagorski got him on a fly ball to left. These two teams have one more series remaining in San Diego, and then one more series here in September. Padres will be back in town here on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Diamondbacks will take on Bud Black's Padres at Petco on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. If you're thinking on maybe making a trek over to San Diego and get out of the heat here.
What heat? Man, has it been something here?
Yeah. August. Don't want to say it's the dog days of summer, but
it's the mastiff days of summer here.
Got him. Sean blew it by Alonso and gets a strikeout. One out.
Right fielder.
Marcatse.
He's been jumping on the first pitch. He hasn't been that effective, although he does have one base hit. Got a base on balls. And I tell you, he's a dependable player.
Yeah, and as long as he's contributing like this, he'll find a home somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Some ball club. 111 at bats this year. He's had some DL time. Reliable bat off the bench. Good as a pinch hitter. Getting his start today, and he's contributed in that role. Katse. He's 9 for 33 as a pinch hitter this season. And he is a career .301 hitter as a pinch hitter. It's not an easy duty, being a pinch hitter, being a good one, is it, Joe?
No. I tell you, I admire those guys that can come off that bench and face guys who are pretty well rested, going to throw their best stuff at you, usually a clutch situation. And you've been sitting on the bench watching the game.
That one clanked off of Montero's mitt. That'll be a pass ball sending Grandal down to second. I don't know what happened there.
Man.
Just didn't catch it.
Got that Black and Decker glove. Clang, clang.
So that moves a Padre base runner into scoring position here with one out.
Pass ball. That's very unusual.
Boy, this crowd has really been quiet here today. That will move the runner. That throws Katse out for out number 2. Play Gachinko by signing up at one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any regular season at Diamondbacks home games. Alexi Amarista will come to the plate with 2 out. Yeah, the only noise we're hearing in the ballpark right now is the bark and the park dogs. Up and in, slides, didn't get it. Took up a lot of divots, and Amarista into second. Run is in, and it's now 5-2 San Diego. Well, it's lucky Upton just didn't roll an ankle or hurt something there.
He tore it up. I mean, he really tore it up.
Replacing the divots there. Look at coming in. Man, he could have really banged up his knee there.
Looked like he got stuck or something.
Well, the ball hit off the heel of the glove.
Yeah. Boy, he was lucky not to get hurt.
So run charge to Shaw. And the man who came in to score had walked this inning. Amarista gets credited with a double and an RBI. And these Padres now up by 3. Volquez took a big hack at that. He's got a hit today and a run scored. At the plate for the 4th time in this game.
His bench is giving it to him pretty good. He's having some pretty good cuts.
Padres have had 3 series sweeps this month alone.
Throw him a curveball.
Way outside.
Got that ball over the plate, he'd have been out. Pitchers hate curveballs when they got a bat in their hand.
Matt Albers is up. Right-hander acquired from Boston. Ball back, loosening. And in the inning, but not before another run comes in. And a walk was that man who scored. They heard. Doing a lot of it now, grabbing toward the show. That's Grant Trenbit right in the front there. He is the longtime groundskeeper here at Chase Field. The divot was dug up on the play where Upton came in. The ball hit off the heel of his glove, went for a double to drive in a run. Our Nissan text poll, we did the best in show. Was it A, Goldenschmidt? Again, Bark in the Park Day. Was it B, Fancy? Was it C, Tuffy? Or how about D, Mr. Mikey Metz? And I think overwhelmingly, Joe, I think we know what our winner is going to be. There's Mikey Metz. You got to favor a Goldenschmidt, right? By
no
68%.
Question. Oh, yeah. Little provincial there.
A little play on words. 67%, but still a big lead. Tuffy is second, by the way. And you can keep voting. Let me show it to you one more time just to see how it actually ends up. Diamondbacks need some runs now. They're down 3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's bottom third of the order. Johnson, Elmore, and then the pitcher's spot due up. On Bark in the Park Day.
You think it's more exciting to have your picture on a bubblegum card or have a dog named after you?
I would prefer bubblegum card. I never had that. You guys did. Foul out of play. Strike 1.
Yeah, but what hurts is when you sell your bubblegum card for 40 cents. That hurts. That stings.
Johnson trying to get some going here. He just fly to right field and struck out. And low. And I said to you guys, and obviously I'm talking about the Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola, joined by another Joe Borowski.
That's an audition saying those two names.
Well, Joe, it's been another tough day for the D-backs.
Yeah, it really has. This whole homestand just doesn't have the feel of a team that's fighting for the NL West. Unfortunately today, once again, Trevor Cahill found a way to struggle at home. His splits between home and on the road are pretty drastic.
And Trevor ended up going 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, struck out 6, walked 3 as Johnson swings and misses. And you know, half of his games, at least, maybe even a few more over the course of a season, will be pitched here at home.
Sure. As a pitcher, you want to make sure that when you're pitching at home, it's the most comfortable place to be. You enjoy pitching there, and you have a sub-3 ERA on the road, and at home you're over 5. He's got to find a way to correct that, whatever he has to do. And a lot of it could do with the elevation, and it's his sinker just has different movement at home. There's a lot of different things, and the best way is maybe look at some film and try and find out what you're doing different on the road and you're doing at home. Maybe you have to make an adjustment to where you're starting your pitches as a sinker ball or at home because you're not getting that good sink like you usually do on the road.
Did you have a feeling he wasn't throwing enough other stuff?
Yeah, he didn't mix in his curveball much today, Joe, at all.
No, not at all.
And his changeup, he really didn't work in too much.
And again, I believe he found out last night he was going to pitch because Joe Saunders was traded today. But he was still on his regular rest.
He still had his 4 days off, and that's why they didn't have to worry about spot starting somebody. So he was still on his regular day's rest.
Boy, this guy the Padres are throwing today, Edinson Volquez. He's 8-9 with an ERA of 4, but he's having one of his good games here today.
After that first inning, he has really stepped it up. I can't believe his percentage of throwing strikes.
He's throwing a lot of curveballs after that.
He's got a great feel for it, Joe.
Oh, hasn't he, though?
San Diego's left 10 on to the ballgame. Diamondbacks have had 4 hits. They've left 4. And pitch high to Elmore.
And the Diamondbacks have had a little bad luck. That last inning, when you had first and second with no outs, and Miggy absolutely crushed that ball to right field. They get doubled up with Upton off second. Unfortunately for the Diamondback, it just seems like that's the way it's going for them right now.
There's a 1-2 pitch. That's popped up. It should be easy enough for Amarista, the second baseman. And he puts it away, 2 down.
I tell you, watching the Diamondbacks today from here as opposed to where I usually sit, it's like watching a silent movie.
Yeah, Joe, I'll tell you, it was the first game against Miami too. It just seemed like they were flat. It just didn't seem like they were playing with emotion, and that's just our perspective from up here. We're not down on the field and in the dugout with them, but it just seems like that with how everything's going.
Well, you know, Friday, guys, just Friday, the Diamondbacks 4 hits, shut out 5-0.
Yeah,
coming back after an off day. So.
And that's the thing, Joe. They were coming off of a road trip, a long road trip. You would think that when they came home, they'd be excited to be back home, looking to, beat up on somebody.
Yeah.
Well, Nieves is a pinch hitter here with 2 men out of the inning. And again, the bats have gone silent.
But I've been on those ball clubs. I know
Sure.
you have. When you're in a thing like this, there's nothing you can do. You're like batting with handcuffs on.
Yeah, you got to keep going out there and just looking for something. Maybe something will turn around. But the one thing is you got to keep your head up and you got to keep going 150%. Hope something turns around for you.
That last shot that you saw, I think it was
Hill
and Gibson. That really says it all. I mean, Gibson right now, I'm sure he's trying to think of ways.
Sure.
Yeah, he'd buy a raffle ticket to come up with something.
Well, they better figure out something because the Reds come in tomorrow, and that's no walk in the park.
Yeah, they have to turn this around. If they want to stay in this pennant chase, they're definitely going to have to turn around and start getting some of the fortunes turning their way.
Yeah, it was with a 1-2 strike count. Diamondbacks have been out hit here 10-4.
Yeah, more than anything, and Greg, you've touched on it a lot, is it's not the amount of games you're back. You're just losing calendar dates. The season is quickly coming to an end.
Swing and a miss. Nieves out on strikes. That's 7 strikeouts in the ballgame for Volquez, who continues to shut down the Diamondbacks after that struggle in the first. We'll have more from Joe Borowski after the ballgame. Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Club of America. It's a safe and inspiring place where the youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. Always great to see the kids out at the ballpark. Like to see them when they bring their gloves. That little young man looks like he might be keeping score. He's got a pen in his hand.
He's looking for autographs, and I don't blame him. I tell you, the other
Rattler
night,
there?
when I was hearing that little kid got hit, oh, what a brave little guy he is. He's all right, though. He was just sitting there watching the game, and that foul ball came up and got him. I tell you, people, when you come to the ballpark, stay alert.
David Hernandez is on, and he has really been a bright spot. As he throws ball one inside here to Everth Cabrera. He's got to deal with the top of the order. And trying to keep this within reach for the Diamondbacks. It's 5-2 San Diego. Hernandez again this season has just put up some spectacular numbers. Last 19 games, his earned run average is 1.02, and he has struck out a batter in 15 straight games, totaling 22 over that stretch.
I tell him, watching him pitch, that fastball there, that was an extra speedy one, let's call it that way. And you know about his curveball. I mean, he almost has these guys genuflecting when he throws that curveball. He backs them off.
Once he gets ahead of you.
Oh, he's really had good stuff.
Right-handed hitters are hitting only 144. He's faced 104 right-handed batters this year and only 15 hits against him.
Oh. There it was, that curveball.
He'll back it up. He'll get it. One down. There's just nothing you can do. I mean, the heater's coming up there, 95, 96, even at times 97, and you're gearing up for that. Then you get that breaking pitch, and it's just kind of a lunge.
I tell you, if you had a bet against him the way he's pitching this year, you'd be looking at the one ad, see if I get another job, maybe in air conditioning or something.
Here's Will Venable.
It's no fun hitting against a curveball like that. And that fastball was alive. You could see it back off.
Diamondbacks going to get another guy joining the ball club tomorrow, Matt Lindstrom, who throws hard. He's been a closer from time to time during his career with Houston and Colorado. That pitch popped up. Montero's got it. 2 real quick, easy outs here for David Hernandez. Our APS Energy All-Stars, and I think we have to just tip our caps to the Padres starters in this series. Stoltz, Richards, and Volquez. 4 earned runs in 21 innings. Richard last night was outstanding, and Stoltz in the first game. Padres rolling right now. There's a shot to right. That's a base hit off the bat of Headley. Headley has had a terrific month of August. And a lot of times will jump on that first pitch.
He's not going to give you a chance to throw that curveball. He was looking for fastball, got it. And if he gets it up, he pops it out of here. You know, it's the old Henry Aaron theory.
Hammer and Hank.
Yeah, he'd always say, pitcher's got the ball, but I got the bat.
Superman has arrived.
Now, if he's got a dog.
We need some kryptonite on these Padres, right? How about that look? Where's he at?
How about coming to the ball game dressed like that?
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
He gets a bad bounce. He's hurt, though. Whoa. That's the big bad bender right there. Big bad bender.
Who I'm going to think about a little bit as he backs way out of the box.
That's the only guy who could hit that pitch right there. That and the former player in the broadcast booth. The only 2 people could hit it.
Come on out to the ballpark, folks. You never know what you're going to see. There's a foul back by Quinn. Or who you're going to see.
Or what you're going to see.
Right. Oh, I got to get a picture with the Superman.
He finally drew something. Oh! Oh, I thought she was going to take a picture with her.
Non-backs need a little supernatural powers of their own here. We got 6 outs to work with. Pitch out. Headley ran earlier in this ball game, and Montero threw him out.
Boy, that's unusual, though, for Montero to call for a pitch out. He doesn't usually need that kind of help. Probably got that signal from the bench. Headley wants to run, and after a pitch out, they usually take off. Nope.
He struck him out. He went on after one, way out of the zone, and Quentin flips his helmet. Well, he's still got the helmet, but he did flip the bat. Game is Saturday, September 15th here at Chase Field. Join us as we welcome back former players Luis Gonzalez, Brandon Webb, David DeLucci, Steve Philly, and more of your favorites. The alumni exhibition game will be played right after the Diamondbacks-Giants game that begins at 5:10 p.m. Get tickets now by calling 602-514-8400 or log on to dbacks.com/alumni. Maven has moved to center field. We have a new pitcher. Brad Brock comes on. He's been busy. This is his 51st game. Done a good job. First batter efficiency at 72%. This is the inning, Joe. Top of the order. You got 6 outs to work with. You're still within striking range, 5-2, but you got to get something going with the top of the order right here.
Got to get the first guy on and get a little bit of momentum, then move into your bench and into those bats.
Venable moved to left. Quentin's out of the lineup. Maven will be in the pitcher spot in the batting order. Barr first up, takes a strike. It was interesting. I was looking at this Padre bullpen. The active pitchers in the bullpen right now have 1 save between them. 1. Back up the middle, base hit, center field Parr. He almost got the pitcher Brock. That might have grazed him a little bit. First hit of the day for Gerardo, the Diamondbacks' 5th hit of the afternoon.
That's where the most room is. That bat got him. You can't catch it with your leg. You got to try it with your glove, unless you're wearing it on your shoes.
Now Hill, and he fouls one back. In case you're wondering, the Padres, when they lead after 7 innings, they've been almost perfect this year, 47-1. They lead after 8, they're 52-0.
Burn that statistic.
Time to do away with it, right?
Yeah. You know, I read somewhere Ty Cobb always said hit that ball up the middle, because if you're early, you're going to pull it in the right center, and if you're late, you're going to hit it in the left center, and the most room is right up the middle. That's why he liked to play Pepper. They don't do that anymore.
No, they used to, in fact, they don't do it anymore, to the extent they used to have signs on the field that says no Pepper. They didn't want him in that area, but the players would play down the outfield or wherever.
But it was just a bunting game, and it was bat control is what you were using.
It's going to get out of play by Hill.
There's so much that they don't do today.
Well, Pepper was just simply line up 3 or 4 guys, and he'd have a guy with a bat. One of the guys would throw it to the guy with the bat, and he'd hit it to the one guy. He'd just keep going back and forth.
But you had a game as a player.
Exactly.
I mean, you made a pool.
Yeah.
And if you worked to number 1 and stayed there long enough, you'd win the pool.
The Diamondbacks before today's game, well before today's game, came out and took infield practice. Neither team took batting practice before the game. But that's kind of a lost start these days. Most teams don't.
Yeah, but batting practice today, when you see it, is like a home run derby. How far can I hit it?
2 balls, 2 strikes on Hill. And a high drive, deep left field. She's gonna go. It's 5-4 on Hill's 20th of the season. It looked like he took that off the ground. That's good hitting right there. Remember the conversation, Joe, you were talking about? You saw Kirk Gibson and Aaron Hill talking last inning.
That's probably something they talked about. Gibson doesn't miss a trick. He really doesn't. He's in constant control.
Needs something big to happen, and Hill provided it. Now it's a 1-run game. And still nobody out in this inning. He's striking for the first time today. This crowd really, that's something to get excited about. First time since the first inning. Now it's a little noisier in here. Ooh, Justin took a count, but he fouled it back.
What a pitch he had. Just didn't get it, that's all. Not much you can do. Put your best swing on it.
2 hits for Upton today. A run scored. He's now scored 81 in the year. Good chance he's going to end up scoring 100 runs. Down the line and right. Consley gives chase, but it's out of play. Padres, after watching Brock give up a hard hit single to par and a 2-run homer, they get their bullpen going. Gregerson down the lane, playing the lefty. Upton has reached base safely in 19 consecutive home games. And a ground ball, base run. The play by Cabrera, and out at first base.
What a play he made. He was laying on the ground watching the play.
What an arm.
Nothing you can say, just watch this play.
Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game. He lays out, and look at that flip. And he gets up to the first base. Wow.
A double flop there.
Well, the middle infielders, Cabrera and Amarista, have made outstanding plays defensively for the Padres here. 1-2 now on Paul Goldschmidt. Brock's a fast worker. All 3 hitters have hit the ball very hard off him. Schmidt takes outside.
That was really robbing a guy of a base hit. What a play he made.
Schmidt fights it off, fouls it back. And what the 2-run homer did, it got the Diamondbacks to within a run. Now with the middle of the order up, each hitter that comes to the plate represents the tying run here. 1 out of the 8th inning. And he strikes out Goldschmidt to Brock, and that's out number 2.
Boy, that's what a good ball club has. They have the guy who stands in the batter's box and you know he's in scoring position.
And Bud Black not going to allow Brock to face the left-hander Montero. He'll go get Lane. Brock gives up 2 and gets 2 outs. Biggie will come up as the tying run when we return. It's now a 5-4 ball game. Will come up as a tying run with 2 outs in the 8th. Follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of the Diamondbacks with MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details. Tom Lane takes over. The left-hander, a one-time Diamondback farmhand. His 7th appearance. He's been untouched so far in that ERA. 9 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings, only 1 walk. And a pretty good first batter efficiency. All those numbers are good. Look at that opponent average, 0.59. Time to rough him up a bit, right?
Ideal time.
Montero will face him. Miggy is 1 for 3, an RBI single. A strike. Montero's at 14 home runs this year, 74 runs batted in, including 1 today. Strike. Montero really struggled early this season against left-handers. He's picked it up since a little bit before the All-Star break. It's still causing him some problems, but he's been much better.
You can see why you'd have trouble against this guy.
He takes ball 3.
He's on the first base side of that rubber. He kind of steps that way, almost like he's thrown from behind the first base coach.
They don't have a right-hander in the pen. A ground ball to the right side, fielded by Alonso, throws to the pitcher, and he boots it. Bad throw by Alonso. He'll probably get the air on a low throw to the pitcher covering.
He must have forgot who was running. Not that Montero was that slow, but he just hurried that play, and that's what got him in trouble.
Lane had to reach down for that ball. You wonder, too, if that going over there, it looks like it would have been a much easier play for the second baseman. Alonso maybe going a little bit out of his range there. Gregerson was up earlier. I said they didn't have a right-hander up. He was up earlier.
It wasn't a bad throw at that, though. It was low, as you said.
And Lane will leave. And here comes Gregerson to face Chris Young. Diamondbacks down a run. Miller Time brought to you by Miller Lite. Aaron Hill brought the Diamondbacks closer here with his 2-run homer in the 8th inning. His 20th of the year.
He went down and got that one.
Yes, he did. New pitcher is Luke Gregerson. This guy's had a heck of a year. His 61st game. Almost a strikeout an inning. Inherited runners, 16 have scored of the 21 he's inherited. He's got Montero at first. Young at the plate and 2 down. And a line drive, base hit to left. Montero is going to try for third. Young into second. He got there. Now you got the tying run at third and the go-ahead runner at second. A double by CY.
Invariably, when the relief pitcher comes in, you can almost count guaranteed fastball. And they'll look for it. And that's what he did, and he put a good swing on it.
Now Chris Johnson with a chance here. 0 for 5 in his career against Gregerson, though. So that error opened the door here. Now the Diamondbacks trying to take advantage. And a strike. Johnson to the ball game today is flying to right field and struck out swinging and looking. 0 for 3.
That was a breaking ball after he threw the fastball to Young.
Oh, he went around. He couldn't lay off the slider, and it's 0-2. That was well out of the strike zone.
He knew these guys are looking for that thing, so he's throwing 2 breaking balls.
And now he's in a big hole there. 0-2 count against Gregerson. Montero reached on the air. Young got him to third base on the double. And they will be stranded as Johnson strikes out on 3 pitches. And the Diamondbacks get a couple. JJ will come on and pitch the 9th in a 1-run game. JJ on here, trying to hold this a 1-run ball game. 5-4 San Diego. Boy, he's been outstanding since May. This is a non-save situation for J.J. Puts. But in a way, he is trying to save this being a one-run ball game. Keep it right where it is. So this becomes very important. Give the Diamondbacks a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning.
This guy leads off every inning.
Yep, he's here again, Grandal.
I'd check the scorecard is what I'd do.
His name just keeps floating around there, right? As Monty Grandal takes pitch low ball one. He has singled home a run, been hit by a pitch and scored, walked twice and scored. He's perfect on the day. 1 for 1, 2 runs scored and a RBI. Batting, as Joe said, in every inning. And off the glove of J.J. to Hill, and they throw him out. That's teamwork right there, Joe.
Yeah, that's good.
1-4-3.
Directed towards the infielder.
Now Yonder Alonso. Again, it's almost every closer. They come in a non-save situation, and sometimes they don't get that adrenaline flow. And you see J.J. in his career with the Diamondbacks, that ERA is over 4. When he's in the game, everything's on the line. 1.95.
You explained it.
Here is Yonder Alonso, who's 2 for 4 today. Run batted in. Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 9th will have the 8 and 9 hitters, and then Parra, the leadoff man. They do have Kubel on the bench. And Gregerson, who finished up the 8th inning, is probably going to be allowed to try and save this one for Bud Black. Out of play.
Boy, you got to give these Padre hitters credit. They swing that bat. They're not up there like a statue.
Now, again, they play at a big ballpark in San Diego, and I think maybe this group has finally figured it out. They're not going to hit a lot of home runs. And they got to play little ball, run a lot, steal their bases, gap to gap it. And, of course, they pitch so very well at Petco. All they need is a few runs, and they will more often than not come away with a win. But they have picked it up on the road here in 2012. And they had peppered this ballpark this year. Scored a lot of runs here, hit a lot of home runs here.
Looked like J.J. wanted a particular pitch. He just stared him down until he got the signal for it. It's got to be that splitter that he throws. Nope. Fastball.
Got it.
There it was.
So it's nasty these days. Hitters just swinging up over the top of it more often than not.
That's why I thought he was going to go to that with 1-ball, 2-strike count. He just threw a high fastball.
As a hitter, you see that ball, Joe, and then just all of a sudden it just disappears. Yeah.
You put the bat where you think it is, and nothing's there.
Here's Mark Kotsay now. Kotsay has walked, singled home a run, struck out, and grounded out. Tell you what, a surprise, Miguel Montero holding a conversation with a hitter at the plate.
He talks to everybody.
Yeah. Right at Elmore. J.J. with an easy 9th, and that'll set the stage here for the bottom of the 9th inning. Elmore will lead it off, and then the pitcher's spot and Parra. I think we're going to see that guy pinch hit. Kubel.
In downtown Phoenix, fans still here. Place is rocking. The Fan Express making its way in from Prescott today. And here are the couple of fans on the bus. Sir, what's your name?
Ed.
Ed?
And my wife, Patty.
And your wife, Patty. You guys having fun?
We are.
What do you think's going to happen here in the ninth inning?
They're going to win it.
All right. They're calling their shot, guys.
All right, Mark. Let's see what happens. Gregerson stays in there. And the rookie Jake Elmore first to test him. And ball one. Gregerson came in, gave up a double to Chris Young, but then struck out Chris Johnson with runners at second and third to end the eighth inning. D-backs need one to tie, two to win it. Is this going to be a lucky Sunday for the D-backs? A strike on the outer edge. Gregerson has 3 career saves, but none this year. He had 1 in 2009, 2 in 2010. There's Kubel on deck. Swing and a miss. Boy, this guy just, the movement late is really what. There's the totals on Gregerson. 3 for 21 career saves. Last one back in September of 2010 against the Dodgers. Struck him out. Well, that was only the second time that Elmore had struck out since coming up. JJ did his job.
Now, Kubel's in the spot where with 1 run down, he certainly has the power. He's got to maybe as much as guess on at least one pitch and hope that he gets it and put a good swing on it.
Coop, go ahead.
He's got to go for the long one.
And Kubel will play with a shift on here. You see Hadley, the only man on the left side of the infield.
They want to tempt him, hoping he hits the left field. If he wants to get a single, fine. But he's got to go for power.
Jason is 0 for 2 against Gregerson in his career. Strike 2. Gregerson all season long has gotten the results we're seeing here.
Tell you, he's going to stay away from that fastball and throw that breaking ball to him.
It's just kind of a look pitch.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to give him a chance, I don't think, to hit him. I wouldn't.
Kubel didn't start today. Off the bench as a pinch hitter in the ninth. 2-2.
Here's his pitching decision, Greg. Right now, coming up 2-2. And usually in a spot like this, a pitcher will throw his best pitch when it's 2-2. Because you run it to 3-2 in a one-run ball game, you go to what you know you can throw for a strike.
Normally this is a spot where you'd see Houston Street, their closer, but he's on the disabled list. And Dale Thayer is also out. He had been closing games also. Instead, it's Gregerson. And a ground ball. Nice play by Gregerson. 2 outs in the ninth.
He wasn't going to give him that fastball.
So Kubal's retired. Parr is going to come up here now. Nice play there.
Finished good. His follow through was great. He could have gone to either side, and he made a nice grab.
Parr's had some success in his career against Gregerson. He's 3 for 5 with a couple of runs batted in. You see, we talked about Street and Thayer out. Only one save by that current bullpen for the Padres. Gregerson trying to pick up one here, and he's 1 out away from doing that. And the Padres are 1 out away from their second consecutive 3-game sweep of the Diamondbacks here in Phoenix. Fans still trying to help him out. 2-0. I'd like to see Parr get on for Hill. He homered last time up. Three and 0.
Boy, I'd sure make him pitch. Make him take a strike.
There's a little walk back behind the mound.
Bud Black, he's going through what they call a Maalox minute. He was black-haired before the game started.
Parr on 3-0 is swinging. And he fouled it.
Never see that, or never saw it back in the old days. That could have been ball 4 inside. 3-1. Hey, if he gives you a pitch you like, go for it.
Well, he'd have been on base. Instead, now it's 3-2, and the Diamondbacks down to a final strike. Wow.
Boy, that's the thing about baseball. You got that ball, you got to throw it. You can't run that clock out.
This game's going to come to an end. The Padres have swept the Diamondbacks for the second straight time here. Beaten them this afternoon by a score of 5-4. Let's take a look at our tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks. They hit the ball, they pitched today, and boy did they play some defense. Some stellar defensive plays by their infielders. Now we start with this play. Headley taking a hit away. Amarista, look at this play at second from his rear end throws. And this one, the best of the best by Cabrera at short to get Upton. So the Padres come in here for the second time in a little over a month, and they sweep the Diamondbacks in 3 consecutive games. Volquez beats Cahill. Gregerson his first save. The Diamondbacks back to 500. Not a good afternoon for the D-backs. More coming up, though. Post-game show. For Joe Garagiola, I'm Greg Schulte. We'll be back in a moment.